Hey everyone, if you couldn't read the captions, tell me, is Ifrit a top or a bottom?
I'm about to start a poll.
Do it.
Do it, yes.
Do it.
Do it.
Hi, and welcome to episode 6 of A Tale of Two Lions.
Also, top here means dominant partner, not penetrative partner, just so we're specific.
Look, we had a very long conversation about this before the show, and we would like to hear your opinions on it.
It was actually a very short conversation. We were all on the same page.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
I usually am. It comes with being pretty.
Okay, so far our answers are one top, one power bottom, and someone accusing me of being a bottom. So we're off to a good start.
Is that an accusation or a chat command?
Well, I don't know, Sin. Would you have any idea of how it was made? Would you have any idea of how that command came to be in my chat? Would you personally have any clue?
Seffi.
Was I even the first person to call you a bottom?
Seffi absolutely did not program that command in my chat.
No, you said what is the reason for it being there, not who
No.
put the
I said
command
how
there.
it got to be there.
Again, Seffi.
You know what? Let's
the
move on with the
originator.
show. Hi there, folks. Welcome to episode 6 of A Tale of Two Lions with this cast. With this wonderful cast, honestly, some of my favorite people in the world, and they truly make me happy all the time. We're going to deviate a little bit from our usual follow through. God damn it, Sin. We're going to deviate a little bit from the usual format today. I'm going to do my little opening spiel for sponsors and such. This is my nightmare. I'm gonna do my little spiel for sponsors and stuff. Kick it over the cast for introductions. We're gonna launch into the game, and we're going to go straight through today. There's not going to be an intermission because we have a kind of a window in which to get our stuff done, and we're also gonna do the giveaways on social media. So keep an eye out for that. So we're just gonna plow right through the end of the session today. Got to give it up for our first sponsor, the Valor System by Valorous Games. If you hit !Valor in chat, that'll give you links to the Valor website. That'll give you links to Valor's Twitter page, and also to the Kickstarter, which I'd like to draw attention. The Kickstarter is fully funded, folks. Okay? They did reach their goal, so definitely keep an eye on it, however, either way, and still support. You can get the hardcover book and all that good stuff, but more importantly, also, we're trying to see if we can hit the stretch goal. They have a 10K stretch goal that if they hit, they'll be putting out a free supplement in the form of a book on monsters and things like that for you. Additionally, the other sponsor, thank you so much, Kev, for pointing that out. You see a little blue box underneath me is our virtual tabletop adventuring kit. If you hit !Adventure at chat at any point, you can get the link to adventuring kit. It is a system agnostic virtual tabletop. It's very fun. It's very easy to use. It's very sleek. It's very fast. I genuinely and truly love it. And if you decide you want to have the premium subscription for it, you can use code GameDad in all caps to get 25% off of a premium monthly membership. But enough of all this kind of stuff. Wally, go ahead and let the people know who you are and who you're playing.
Sup, y'all? It's me, Wally. You can find me on the internet at WALLE132 all over Twitter, just like a cute little Disney robot, talking about the stuff that I'm usually in and what's on my mind stuff. Yay, my heat is on because it is cold here in the city. Yeah, I am playing Virgil Wormtooth, your favorite dragoon monk who is better than you, and you know it.
Oh my god, is Virgil MJF?
I did base a lot of his language.
Oh my god, it's so much better now. We need to move on, DK. I need to wrap my head around that.
That is me. I'm DK. You can find me on Twitter at AbbaDarlings or on Exquisite Corpse Presents, half mad from caffeine consumption. And today I will be playing Salacia Farcyrus, the Dragon King who is rapidly developing an attitude problem.
Lexi.
Amazing. That's me. Yeah, my name's Lexi, otherwise known as Black Girl Mage. I am here playing Fallon, our local, our local machine specialist. Super excited about clocks and all these other things, but not excited to go to what city? She doesn't know.
Gaug.
She doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to go.
You know, we're not supposed to talk about your clinical diagnoses on stream, Josh, so, yeah.
Was that a gout joke?
Yes.
Sephi, why don't you tell the people who you are?
Hi, I'm Sephi. I have gout.
Listen, you know what? I have heard I don't even know how many Shakar episode intros. So at least we didn't get, hi, my name's Persephone. I love big dicks and fried chicken.
I mean,
That is a quote.
hold
That is
up.
not my
mean-
wording, by the way. I stole that from GGB from Drag Race.
Yeah, I
guess
know. You
this was
still
not
use
the episode
it.
to have my mom watch.
I usually change it to like I like big dicks and long walks on the beach.
There is an episode to have your mom watch?
I'm not sure yet.
We'll figure it out when we get there. Sin, go ahead and take us home.
I don't know if there's a home to take you to. Y'all demolished it. Anyway, hey, my name is Sin. I will be your resident Rune Knight Zeros. I almost forgot my own name. Wow. This evening. So that should be fun. I also have gout.
We all have gout.
Our stream,
little known fact.
Gout.
our stream today is sponsored by Gout Anonymous, or if you or someone you know is suffering from gout, it's okay. There is support out there for you. Call 1-800-GOUT today for answers. All right, folks, let me go ahead and hop into whatever the hell is going on, because Lord knows I don't know anymore.
I'm having a hard time keeping it together.
I'm also having a hard time keeping it together, if it makes you feel any better.
What is there to keep together over there?
I don't know!
You're like a jigsaw puzzle, but all the pieces are from the different puzzle.
You nailed it. Stuck the landing.
You're a mess.
Stuck the landing. Okay.
It's because you were watching her face going through the various insults in her head as she settled down on that last one. And you can see her go, this is going
Okay.
I would like everyone to know at home there will be absolutely no peace this episode.
No.
But a lot of gout.
Okay, I think Wally broke, y'all. We're gonna need a hard reset over there. All right.
Gout.
God damn it. I'm trying.
I'm sorry.
trying.
We have a time limit. I'm being
Okay,
terrible.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Whew. Let's. Whew.
DK's like,
I'm vibing.
Absolutely vibing.
I'm good.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Let's change the music with the tonal shift. So, our team, if you all remember, managed to acquire some new interesting items. Along the way, they also decided to tell the seemingly very knowledgeable person who has given them some information to get through things, Wiseman, all about himself, which was very necessary, if we can be honest, and I think we've all been there in our adventures. And most of the team is retired to the inn for the night because they're ready for a trip the next day to follow the path laid out before them to Gaug. But the entire team did not go straight back to the inn yet. One of our members is wandering the streets of Garland by himself in the middle of the night. Actually, towards the end of the night, as the very, very earliest bits of the sun rise above the horizon, and you see just a sliver of light coming from the next day. And that would be Zeros, our resident rune knight. And as Zeros is walking, minding his casual business, he hears from an alley to the side, "Somehow I don't think she'll forgive me."
That is what she said.
Well, I did mean what I told her, but it doesn't really matter now. All that matters is what all of you managed to do. And stepping out of the darkness of the alley is Wiseman.
Well, a promise is a promise. So, I believe you have an order to tell me about.
The Order of Light is not something you join lightly. It's not something you just casually agree to be a part of.
I'm going to look you in the eyes, wise man, and I want you to tell me, with everything you know about me, do you think I enter into light agreement?
No, but you do need to be aware. As of now, your loyalties will obviously be to the group by definition, because it is a part of your mission. But once your mission is complete, your loyalty would be to the Order, even if that alienates you from people. In case my particular actions today did not make that clear.
So, we're going to talk about two things. One, I don't enter agreements lightly, but I do things as they interest me, and you'll want to keep that in mind. Also, how much do you know about me exactly?
We know that you are Zeros Astaful. We know you are trained as a rune knight. And we know that while you are in Ivlis and fighting as a part of Hope, one of the subgroups of your particular special forces located out in Limberry, we know you were not born here. We know you were born in Ordalia.
Do you understand what that means?
Here's the thing. If we made every decision we did based on what made Saint Ajora Glabados happy and the church, there would not be very much we could do. It matters not. The question is entirely, do you wish to help people?
You asked me. A soldier in Ivlis fighting against his own countrymen, as it were. Not that I would know. I've never seen the soil, to be honest with you. If they're willing to be at odds with people, or to be an alien, I feel like you would know better than anyone that for most people, even knowing my birthplace would have me labeled as a heretic nearly instantly, so.
All right. Well, I'll have to do some speaking with other members of the Order, but I can see what can be done. But once I come to you and say you are part of this, that's it. There is no going back.
It has been a very long evening to wait for something I wasn't serious about.
All right. Well then, let me get about doing what I have to. And you see him turn, and he goes and walks back to the alley shrouded in darkness he came from. But before he gets there, he stops, and he turns his head back and says, one other thing. I can no longer guide you, as I've said. But one thing I've learned as a part of this is this. Power does not corrupt. Power reveals. And he keeps walking. And he walks into the shadows, obscuring himself for the night.
Not that you asked me to, but also I will look out for Virgil.
You obviously don't see anything, but you literally feel the energy of someone smiling. Like you feel there was a shift in the air from that little comment. And with that, we then move on. As our hero returns to the inn, gets what sleep he can, until the morning, our team gathers, and of course they set off on their mission. They gather their things and they head to the clockwork city of Gaug, due south. Traveling along, nothing major of note along the way, until they start getting to the outskirts of Gaug. And the thing about Gaug is it's not your average city. It is known as the Clockwork City. You have the city proper, where most people live. And there's all manner of clockwork machinery set throughout the city that makes it stand out. It is very high-tech by Evolution standards, but almost all of that tech has been salvaged and reconfigured and reworked and made in some way. But next to the city is a giant landfill, for lack of a better way of putting it. A junkyard. A mountainous pile of countless amounts of machinery and tech and bolts and girders and odds and ends, the likes of which literally form a mountain on the skyline. With all types of dips in between and areas that people explore, lovingly referred to as the pit by locals. And as our heroes follow the astrolabe of sorts that they had found before, they find that the closer they get to the pit, if they go to check the image, the more it focuses on the area they are. Almost like it was showing them the distance at first, but now we're actually focusing in specifically on the area surrounding them on the map. And here they see specific spots noted, and a bright light noted right towards the center of the pit. And as they begin climbing toward that area, they reach an area where you see just kind of like a ring of all types of mechanical debris and rubble, for lack of a better way of putting it. And it seems to form almost a wall. 8 feet high or so, sloping because things, falling and whatnot, but just a wall going up. And whatever dot is near them, it's on the other side of that wall.
Does it look like I can jump it?
Virgil, no. It
Alright,
doesn't
well,
look like you can jump it. It's a mountain.
Yeah, I'll just take several jumps. Not one
Well,
jump.
It's only a... Virgil, are you feeling okay today? That sounds unlike you. It's only a mountain.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm totally fine. Nothing's bothering me.
Wait, is something actually bothering you?
No, nothing's me. Bothering me? Me. I, one, am the symbol of perfection and flawlessness, of discipline and everything that makes a fighter perfect. There's nothing bothering me.
You seem very bothered
Very confident about that.
for someone who's unbothered.
I'm not bothered. I'm fine.
It's fine if you are. These last few days have been incredibly stressful. Actually, just yesterday. Yesterday was the worst of it. A lot happened yesterday.
Look, He pulls out the broken spear from his pack, and he holds it in his left hand, so it's not shaking. Look, my master gave me this. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. It's just a weapon for me to use, and I feel really, really weird using it.
It's a broken spear?
No, it's an actual spear. And he like twirls it in his left hand, but I'm guessing because it's not his right hand, it doesn't extend out into the full lance.
Because of the direction he twirls it in.
Yeah. Like you see him like twirling it in his left hand. He's twirling it, but not with like the dexterity and fluidity that someone like him who's trained with a spear would use. I don't know. It's just gave it to me, and he said that I have to stop being afraid of something.
What is it that you're afraid of?
All right, look. He like looks at Zeros for a second. He then puts that spear away, and he unwraps the bandage around his right arm. And you can see that his right hand, it looks blighted. Like a streak of dark is just over his entire right hand up to the middle of his forearm. And when he removes the bandages, his hand is like trembling. Like it is almost difficult to like hold it up right in that position. So, a long time ago, I got hit with some really bad magic. And it left my arm like this, and I couldn't hold a lance. And you know, holding a lance is everything a dragoon is all about. We were trained from start never to let go of our lance. That is what a dragoon's creed is. But I wouldn't be much of a dragoon if I couldn't hold a lance. And you see him, he takes that spear half and puts it in the right hand, and as soon as he puts it there, his hand just starts trembling and shaking as he's trying his best to grip the lance. And I was gonna give up after that, but he came to me and he told me that I don't have to have a lance to be a dragoon. And well, he taught me. He taught me how to fight. He taught me how to turn my body into a lance. But he always told me that one day I'll have to get over this fear. But this isn't a fear. This is, I don't know. It feels way too real just to be a fear. And then after seeing that magic that he did when he pulled out that black sword, it brought back a lot of memories of what did this to me. So this is kind of a personal thing for me, I guess. Maybe that's what's bothering me. I don't know. Maybe seeing this guy kill our leader with the very magic that screwed me up is messing with me.
Well, I think it's silly to tell you not to be afraid. I think it's more useful to tell you, be afraid. And when the time comes, do it anyway. And Salacia just wraps her hand around Virgil's on top of the spear.
Yeah, but jeez, I sound like a mess. I mean,
You
this-
sound human, Virgil. And for all your power and bravado, you still are. And that's okay. It is. It really is.
he looks over at Zeros. I mean, you want to say something. I know you do.
I think I'll let the team have this one. But you do notice that there is a pretty large, like, smile on his face. There is a knowing look. There is also probably more than a few times that since finding out about this, you and I have had a very similar talk before, and that's why I haven't said anything.
All right. When the time comes, I'll face my fear. And he starts walking. It doesn't mean something is bothering me. It means I am working through my own internal struggles to improve myself as a person,
Virgil,
while also relying
Virgil.
on my friends to help me out.
you know, I'll take that. And I'm going to actually offer you a fist bump with your right hand specifically.
He looks at his hand and he kind of like forces that fist and taps it against Zeros' hand.
Josh, quick question.
Answer.
Does any of the damage or lingering effects from what's on Virgil's arm resemble anything about Salacia's recent thing?
Hit me with intuition.
Okay, that might be an answer in and of itself. Anyway, no, I don't need a D20. No, well, okay. That is an 11.
Okay. You know magic well enough to know that it is not necessarily the same thing. In other words, it's not that it was, a brood curse or anything along those lines, nor that it was anything that was done by Salacia or anything along those
that
lines.
wasn't a thought in my mind.
Right, I was saying, or anyone of like that. In other words, or even anyone of the same bloodline, like not anything like that. But it's definitely rooted in a necrotic energy. It's similar, but it's not the same. But you wouldn't be shocked if you found out the magic was originally, demonic in nature.
Is there anything in the book that we have that references something like Virgil's arm? Or even a treatment?
No, nothing like that.
Do I think that my healing ability would help mitigate some of this damage?
Give me a resolve roll.
Okay. Whoa, okay. That is 18.
Perfect. Fantastic. You and Virgil have a little bit of a special bond from multiple levels. You both have connections to dragons through various reasons. And also, you both have this sort of necrotically based magic affecting your body in some way. And in the other night's events, when Virgil reached through, there was kind of a connection there. You can sense the stuff that's going on in his body. You know, and what you choose to do with what I'm about to say is up to you. You know, there is no further lingering blight damage on Virgil's arm. He has trained, and he has worked, and he has survived through the worst of it, and his arm is strong enough now. This is not a physical ailment, and this is not a magical ailment.
In that case, I would like to just sort of sidle up next to Virgil while he and Zeros are talking. And my mic was so far away. I would like to sidle up next to Virgil and just kind of bump him with my shoulder and say, I think you may find you have a slightly easier time with that arm now. And just keep walking.
What do you mean? What'd you do?
Do I hear Salacia say that?
Ask her.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He looks at his arm.
Salacia also gets a fist bump behind that statement.
Kind of
like, okay, I see you. I see you.
Like looking at that, looking at his arm, looking at Salacia. Kind of his eyes kind of narrow, but what he starts doing, he doesn't wrap his arm back up. As they're walking now as they continue walking forward, it's not much, but you just see him doing this over and over again with his right hand just over and over again as they walk, just slowly making a gripping motion, like he's trying to test it out as they're walking.
Fallon, do me a favor and hit me with an intuition roll.
Absolutely. Come on, intuition. Oh, give me 1 second. That's gonna be, it was on 7 and it went to 3, so it's gonna be, 10.
Good enough. Perfect. So in this case, you're used to the pit. You grew up in this area. You've scrounged through this area. God knows how many times. I couldn't put a number on it. This is where you used to play. Like, this is what gave you a love for technology. And as you're walking around this walled area that you need to get to the other side of, you notice a couple of arms sticking out. Not like almost like pulley and crane arms. But you recognize them for their tech period as being hydraulically based. And because of the way they're sitting, you have it pretty good in the ways you used to climb around here, that these would be like old hydraulics that have locked up, and it will take a hell of a lot for them to bend in any way. And so you can use them as pretty serviceable stairs. And grips, stairs, climbing posts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this would help you get to the top of this area you're at.
Okay. I will test my weight on it a little bit. I'll just walk up to it, test my weight on it. Obviously, like, testing that theory. And if it doesn't give under my weight, I will just look at everyone else. Look at the stairs. And say, I think this is our way.
Is that going to hold us?
And then I'm gonna step on it with both feet and start jumping on it. Like, I think it should be fine.
Feldspar may be getting a little anxious in this moment, but the arm does hold. You can just hear a kong, kong, kong every time Lexi takes a little jumping step.
All right, Fallon, we can stop before you plummet to your death.
Still jumping.
Please stop.
Why are you
Stop.
worried?
I believe you.
Okay.
I believe you. I believe you.
Oh. Everyone can show me that they believe me by going on the steps with me. And I will start tracing my way up the arm steps.
I'm assuming everyone follows, so you all begin climbing. Stepping, climbing, depending on different heights. Some of them are closer, some of them are farther.
Feldspar is very slow. Feldspar doesn't like this one bit.
Beautiful.
Does not like this Final Fantasy VII mission.
So as you're climbing up the wreckage to get to Shinra Tower,
Oh no.
as you all continue, you get to the top.
A stair breaks.
No.
Make it up there.
I would love to mess with you, but not in this case. No. You all make it to the top, and you all go to stand, and it's a wall because it's so high, but it's almost like if you ever go to a landfill and you see a whole bunch of trash just piled in one spot and things coming down along the sides. So there's room, everyone kind of can just fan out at the top. And as you get to the top, you look down and you see it's like a ring of mechanical trash and debris, and it all dips down to a single point, about 5 feet by 5 feet, what looks at first just like a metal floor, but as you look closer in the round circle and the etchings and everything, you see this is a hatch. And this, when you consult, if you choose to consult your directional tool, it is zoomed in very much so to show its dot and the next dot right next to each other.
So it's basically saying, so you're saying this hatch is where the dots, like,
It's
Okay.
telling you that's where you need to go.
ah. Well, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was just going to say, we'll follow your lead here. You know more about this than anyone here.
Well, and I'm gonna show them the astrolabe and just say, it seems like it wants us to go here. This area looks a bit rough around the edges, but I think if we can maybe open whatever hatch this is, maybe going down there is the key to what we're...
Do you know how to open it?
Do you mind holding this for a second?
The astrolabe? Yeah, sure.
Hand it to you, and then I'm gonna go and use all my strength to open this hatch.
So you kind of, again, you have to go down to get to it, but it's a very, like a light stepping sort of thing. It's smooth enough you could tell that it was intended for people to be able to get down here. And when you get to the actual thing, you see there's a handle on one side that sticks up, comes down, and then begins to come down, but it doesn't actually go all the way down at the end. Do me a favor and give me a strength roll first.
Sure, of course. That's a 10 strength, plus 7, 17.
Magnificent. You grab this handle and you start getting ready to pull, and you feel it give a little bit, but you don't got time to actually turn the handle. So you just pull. But this is an old hatch, and you legit yank the door out of its spot and pull to open it up. And as you do, you reveal steps. Steps going down in a stone cutout hallway with torches all along the side. But the torches are not wooden torches, fresh. These are mechanical torches built into the sides. And you see it's a stone cutout hallway with metal arches every 10, 15 feet or so. And then these mechanical sort of bowls cut into the wall with flames just coming out. This was built a long time ago.
Everything all right down there, Fallon?
Found something. I think you all should see this. And I will wait for each of them to come down.
Is it a giant robot?
No. I wish.
He makes a little disappointed noise.
I
as he
heard
slides
you.
down.
Yeah. I kind of broke the door. Whoever comes down first, I'm gonna literally set the door to the side and just like.
Was that what that sound was?
Yeah.
I thought that, like, some wildcat had gotten stuck in the pit and died. It's like,
That is the noise it made.
it was the noise it made.
You're right. I didn't realize that's how it sounded to everyone else. I did in fact rip the door off, I think. But to be fair, it's a really old rusted door.
Are we all gonna like not address how Fallon just ripped the door off and it's just kind of no-selling it?
No, I think we're all thinking about it.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause
It's kind of like, how would that be addressed?
well,
Applause?
we would address it easily I would address it by saying I could have done it myself. Also, I respect your muscles, Fallon.
Thank you. I respect your muscles too, Virgil.
Yes, yes, yes. We all respect each other's muscles and lack thereof. Shall we go?
Should we just go in here? I think it's pretty old. I'm not sure about how safe it
I mean,
is.
those
I could.
torches are working.
Sure, I guess.
You want me to go down first and I'll yell up at you guys?
I think that's unsafe because I don't know how quiet you are, Virgil. I'm just not sure about that.
While they are talking,
That's fair.
I am going to look around for anything like a stick or something like that that could be lit on fire.
Ooh, okay. Give me resolve.
Resolve, huh?
Resolve.
And that's on a
You know what sticks look like. I'm not trying to see if you can spot a stick. I'm trying to see if you've got shonen protag powers to have what you need available when you need it.
Yeah,
It is a 12.
pure anime roll.
In the pile to your side, you see all types of debris, and you make out a rod sticking out of it that is not necessarily wood. It would be almost like a carbon rod of sorts or something like that, but you can tell it would be something that you would be able to light a flame at its end.
I see. Well then, right. So Fallon, among the many things you possess, well, actually, this is up for you or for Feldspar. Do either of you have a light?
Dude, I
Virgil looks over at Feldspar like, I mean, we do have a little light over here.
I don't know.
did you just? Is that what you call me behind my back?
Of course
Pardon?
not.
No, that's not what we call you behind your back. I will call you
Hold
a little
on.
light in front of your face.
Feldspar,
I guess
what?
we don't respect everyone's lack of muscles, and she'll just snap her fingers instead of the light.
And the end of the rod It does catch fire, but you notice it doesn't like quickly burn down or anything. It's flaming on its own.
Okay. Thank you, Feldspar.
Welcome.
And I would just like to have it known that I've never called you anything other than your name behind your back and in front of it.
Feldspar, I feel like you would know if I did, and would probably have slain me where I stood accordingly. Also, I understand that you have command of fire magic.
It's Alacia and Virgil who call me it, isn't it? I'm walking in.
Salacia just hasn't said a word this entire
Salacia
time.
is literally just trying to stay out of this. You hears her
You're already
name and
in.
So Lacia's out here like, see how they put me in there? Why they
What
put
I
me
gotta
in
do
it?"
with this?
Yeah, you already had the stick lit, like your own torch.
yeah, Salacia's
Those
oh,
are-
what?
You know something? Because we lit a torch, give me a second. Let me see if I can find the appropriate thing.
Of course. That's honestly describing this session as a whole from minute one. So, as you all begin going down the stairs, you notice the hallway gets wider and wider until you get to the bottom of these stairs, and you have gone down, in your head, probably something to the tune of 20 to 25 feet going downwards. And it opens up into a giant cavern. There's off to your side, you literally see a flowing bit of water and a turning wheel. Fallon, you would recognize that as an actual, like, a water wheel that's probably running some type of mechanics down here, maybe the torches, what have you. And you see torches going all around and pathways going forward. Thankfully, there's no giant pits of doom anywhere nearby you, but you see a large pillar as you move forward in the middle of this cavern. And there are several ways to, like, several points of exit. One far end, one on each side, what have you, but that pillar is sizable. And at the base of it, you see a door. Standing next to that door, you see a much larger door. The first one is your size, set to one side of the wall. The other is 8.5 feet tall, thereabouts, and probably twice as wide.
What's behind that door is not friendly.
Well, if what is behind the door is not friendly, perhaps we will see the third star this evening.
I think Fallon is going to run over to the hydro powered thing, and immediately, if it's not like
So it's
rushing
set
by
too
too
high
fast?
up for you to touch it. And there's some little like gap, but you can get very close up to seeing it moving forward and seeing the gears, and it's literally connected on a long pole that's going on either side of the wall, and you see a bunch of gears on that pole, and you can see at the edges of the wall very large metallic gears spinning. So you can tell it's all one interconnected piece going throughout the walls.
I think that Fallon, very much showing her youth, is like on the side of this wall, like jumping, trying to reach the gears, like like trying to trying to shove something from her pocket, maybe, I don't know what, but something into the gears to stop them so she can see what it's all connected to, but she can't reach it. She turns back around and she says, okay.
Hold on. Please continue.
I'm not sure about the doors. I'm not sure about these gears. But this is cool, right? Everyone, we agree that this room is...
I've never seen anything like it.
Me either, and I lived here.
I mean, it's a pretty interesting room.
And I'm gonna, for the second time in this series, Will Smith, like, hands out at the gears, like, what do you mean?
Those are the biggest gears I have ever seen in my entire life. That is really impressive.
Virgil, you're very pretty.
Thanks.
I get on one knee to Feldspar.
A proposal?
Where fealty.
I never would have expected.
Okay, I'm joking, but I do think Fallon laughs at that. What are we trying to explore here? Are we trying to, do we want to go through the doors? Do we want to break something and see what happens?
I think that we should probably explore before we consider breaking things, Fallon.
Well, it could be considered a branch of exploring to break things.
Fallon. Fallon.
I'm just so excited.
You can break things after we're sure we're not going to die in here.
Okay.
After all, we are here for something incredibly dangerous as well.
So, Fallon, you were trying to reach a spot. Which spot were you trying to reach?
I'm just barely to the gears. I wanted to try to stop them to see if they were connected to the torches, or maybe they'll open the doors or do something weird with the pillar. I'm not sure.
Now, I'm in absolutely no doubt whatsoever about your physical prowess. However, I'm not sure that you could or should remove one of these gears from their places. But if climbing up there is of some other benefit, I might be able to help.
I'm gonna hold on to that, because apparently, I think I want so badly to get up to those gears, but I think we're gonna try to go through the doors first.
You can play around when we're done. Promise.
Looks longingly at the gears. Back down. I'll walk over to you with the astrolabe and take it back and just like make sure everything, like we are still in the right place.
You notice now the astrolabe. I'm glad you mentioned that. It no longer shows a map of Ibelis. Now it actually has a popped out hologram image, and you can tell there's a circular opening, a staircase going down, and a large cavern with a few different openings at the end and a pillar in the middle of the holographic image. And you see inside the pillar a light is blinking.
Looks like the doors it is. Can I tell if it's behind the big door or the little door?
It's just behind the pillar. Do me a favor, roll intuition.
Also, am I correct in you said that it's a pillar with doors behind it, or
No. So what I'm trying to, the reason I say pillar is, if it didn't go up to the ceiling, you would just look at it as like a room here, but it literally goes floor to ceiling. So like a pillar, but there's just, the doors are on the outside of it, and it is squared out and large.
Nice. Okay. I got an 11 on that intuition.
Okay. If you look at the doors, you notice the small one actually does have a, it's not a normal handle, there's a bit of an opening groove cut in with a piece coming down vertically in it. The large doors don't have anything. It is one piece, And you see, if you look closely, there's like a zigzagging indentation. But there's nothing you could touch or interact with or grab to open it. You assume they're doors because it's cut into it as a metal piece, but there's nothing you could do to mess with it, as far as you're aware, just based on looking at it.
Okay. I think the little door is probably our best bet. Looks like the big door doesn't really have anything we could, interact with to open it up.
Right, so we should go for the smaller door?
That's where it's showing us going into, so I think so.
Right, so let's not waste time.
Okay. Virgil, after you.
All right. I head over to the smaller door, and I go to open it.
Okay. As you grab the handle, you go to pull it, and this one doesn't pull right away, but, Virgil starts, and you feel it gives sideways, and...
Fallon, I think Virgil needs your help.
No, I don't. I'm good.
As she makes that comment, you do turn it, and you hear, and you all see smoke pouring out from the cracks around the door, and Virgil opens it up. And
Never mind.
As it clears, you see almost nothing. Because it is very dark. You start walking in, and you can make out there's something in front of you, but the easiest way you can tell is there is something cutting out a little bit, and from the ambient light from outside, you can kind of make out there's little pieces coming out from the wall and this, that, or the other. And there is something that's cut out, and there's a square on it that is producing its own light blue light.
Josh.
Mm-hmm?
Do I feel anything like the energy from when we opened the box?
Give me an aura roll.
Oh boy.
I'm going to activate Spirit Sight because why not? While we're here.
Oh, good. Okay, that is 17.
Okay. And DK and Sin, do you both activate Spirit Sight? Because DK has it. Okay. So both of you do. And as you're peering in the room, you don't see anything specific in the room. But in general, for both of you, there's a haze of energy just in this whole area. Nondescript, it's hard to really pin it down, but there's just, yeah. Feldspar, you feel into that room, and you don't feel anything emanating from right in front of you, but you do feel a similar magic presence, but you can't pinpoint it. It's very unusual. It's like it keeps bouncing around. Like there's no pinpointed location. You feel that general energy, but you just know you feel it somewhere. You're not even necessarily sure it's next to you or even close. But you just
it's
feel
enormous in magnitude.
there's a
moving.
powerful energy, and you can't pinpoint it.
Everyone, be very careful. I can feel something like that energy we've felt before.
There's something in the air? There's... Zeros, you see that, right?
There's just a single firm nod. I'm like looking around the room, like attentive to like anything that moves.
I can't pinpoint where it's coming from, but I'm gonna move towards the glow.
Okay. So like I said, as you see, as your eyes adjust more, you see, like I said, it's a rectangular cutout, It's actually from the back wall of it all. There's a round thing, something that you can kind of make out vaguely as round with multiple levels to it. Then a rectangular cutout and a small square cutout, and that blue square is on top of it, and it's just emanating light.
I'm going to touch it.
And as you push on it, it depresses and comes back up as you pull your finger back. And you begin seeing sources of light pop up and multiple other squares lighting up on the rectangular cutout before you. And lights begin shining in the room, showing you what Fallon would recognize as some very old control tech. I need everyone to do me a favor and make an intuition roll.
Not bad for one.
Okay.
That's not too bad. That is a 12 for me.
15 for me.
13.
What is
Also
this
a
again?
15.
9?
Intuition.
Intuition.
Intuition? 16.
Okay. So, fittingly, because of the technology involved, Fallon notices first, but all of you very quickly do. You see the panel in front of you that Feldspar just pushed the button of, which the panel behind it with all these things lit up. You see a round, almost, it's like a golden round platform with multiple levels, and you all feel something right to your side, and you look over, one by one slowly, and you see against the wall is an enormous man, is what I'll describe it. It's not a human. It's made of machinery. It's literally made of metal with long arms with a single round joint at the elbow, long spindly fingers with a rounded portion at the end of the arm that they're all connected to. Two large brusque legs like stumps, broad shoulders. It's got a vaguely round centerpiece, and at the top, what we would describe as a head comes to a sort of a horned helmet, almost, with two large horns to the side and one horn of sorts coming out the front, and a gap opened in the middle. And you see two lights slowly start forming from the bottom to the top, in the gaps almost where eyes would be.
Fallon? Fallon? Fallon?
Yeah, I can see it.
Are we in danger?
Do I get the sense we're in danger? Josh?
Calculating.
Okay, this is easily the most coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But also, do I need to punch this thing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 human specimens. Risk negative. Engaging welcome protocol. Hello? I am Worker 5.
Nice to meet you, Worker 5.
Hello.
Greetings,
What
Worker
are
Five.
you?
Up.
I am an automaton construct, model number 05, designation combat/support.
Oh, support. So you can help us.
Checking database. Confirm. Yes, I can assist you.
If you're an
And
automaton, who built you?
As he says, yes, I can assist you, you see him and step forward from the wall, and you can tell he's been here for some time because as he steps, literal cobwebs and dust fall off of him, and he just pivots to his left and lifts his arm without extending it, and that metal frame you saw as the other door, along that zigzagging pattern, slides open in either direction, and you see him walk without even speaking through that opening over to where the waterfall is.
Helen, do we follow?
I'm following already.
I'm
All
following.
right, come. Hold up. My legs
I
are
am
short.
already following after this thing because
pool is taking
Why
a
am I so tiny?
I'm right next to Feld. I would be like the last person to leave because if there's anything I'm going to do, it's stroll.
Exactly. So as you see the robot, and it stands right at the edge of the cutout opening with the waterfalls and everything, and you see it get out its arm, and like it does a swing around, and then places it before it, and you hear a beginning return protocols. And as it says that, you see its hand begin moving forward with a long extension rod. And it just keeps going forward, moving through the water and into the waterfall. It's standing still on its body while it's doing all this. So for a moment, you wonder if it's stuck, what's going on. You don't see any movement. And then, slowly but surely, if you're paying attention, you notice the rod pulling back inwards. And as it does, the hand comes back and slots back in place. It swings and turns around with its hand like this. Return protocol complete.
What is it holding?
It is holding a small blue gem. For anyone who feels like it and who thinks they might, definitely Feldspar for previous reasons, but for anyone who feels like it and thinks they might like to try what I'm about to tell y'all, go ahead and roll intuition.
Oh, I'm gonna roll intuition.
Heck yeah.
I got a 6.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, 10, yes. 17.
Ugh,
Hell yeah.
that's
Can I
a 10.
switch- Can I switch my roll with Feldspar's? Reverse
So-
inspiration.
I don't think you need to for what I'm actually asking here. But what I will tell you is all of you have been stacking nonstop valor for the last few sessions, and we haven't entered combat, so all y'all can just choose to use 3 of those points and increase your roll by 5 if you need.
How much valor do I think I stopped tracking.
At this point,
I
you're
don't
all
think I
you
have
can't get more than 10 unless you have a specific skill. I'm gonna tell y'all after this many sessions, y'all are capped at 10.
Okay. I will use that valor.
Okay.
I will not because I like my 1.
Okay. Perfect.
Perfect.
So, all of you look and you see, as I said, that it's a small blue gem. More specifically, you notice that it's kind of oddly shaped. It's not round, it's not square, it's not triangle. It looks... There's...
Like a fang?
No. It does not... The one similarity is there is a flat top, and then it kind of comes in, but then it juts back out. It's round around the bottom. It's very odd. But, for everyone except Virgil, what you do notice if you look very closely at this stone is you see one on top of another, inside the stone, 2 small jagged lines.
Would I be aware of what that like shape is?
You would know from Feldspot's reaction in our previous conversation that, yeah.
You would know
Zodiac
that it's the
symbol.
zodiac symbol. Because, I mean, zodiac symbols are common knowledge in Iblis, just like it would be here. You would know that that's the zodiac symbol for Aquarius.
Aquarius.
I thought we were going to get that. It won't fit in the box, will it, Josh?
No. One thing you can tell, even without going back and looking, the box shape was very pronounced as coming into a point at the bottom. This is very rounded at the bottom. And that shape was very precisely cut. And it wasn't the inside. One thing I will derail to say, the inside of that container, it wasn't like sponge material or anything. It was a hard material. There was no pushing in any way. Whatever fit in there, you would be able to look and see that exact shape, those exact lines and cutouts.
Worker number 5.
Yes, human. How may I assist you?
Is that a zodiac stone?
Calculating. Confirming. Database. Yes, human. This would be what you humans refer to as a zodiac stone or holy stone, specifically the stone of Aquarius.
Is there a containment unit for it nearby?
Searching. This unit does not detect a containment unit. Checking backlog protocols. Searching. Confirmed. This unit does not know of any immediate containment unit. This unit only knows of immediate machinery for placement and usage.
Does this stone go into another machine, Worker 5?
Yes, human. The machinery of that room. The warrior summoning protocol, box 3.
Warrior summoning?
Warrior summon. What do you mean by that?
Checking data logs. Partial corruption detected. Wiping corruption. Confirmed. Continuing. Warrior summon box 3. Large box in that room. Use stone. Summon. Warrior. Summon. Timeline. Summon. Dimension. Correcting. Proper grammar. Warrior stone box 3. Used to summon warrior from other timeline or dimension.
Oh, shit.
Wait, hold on a second. These stones can do something like that?
These stones can do a lot more than I think we know they can do, and they're incredibly powerful and dangerous. Can't you feel it?
Well, kinda. I mean, it feels like an itch at the back of my neck, but...
I
Oh,
could
it's a
tell
lot
you
more than
now.
an itch.
I could tell you now how precise you can get into staring at this thing and feeling out specifics is going to be person to person, and if you want to roll. But I will tell you right now, it is just a flat statement. You can immediately feel the power of this thing, no matter how practiced in magic you are. It's basically just an energy bomb.
Yeah,
So, basically, if we take that item and place it into the room that they have designated for it here, it will summon someone from from a possible other dimension, timeline, or universe. From
Worker number 5.
Yes, human.
May I have the stone?
Human request approved. And you see him just reach forward and plop the stone in your hand.
Okay.
Felds, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You seem
Am I
very
fine?
Nervous.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Would you, do you need help? Are you okay?
Let me
Do you
let me put it this way. If this was merely a stone of the time period that we know it to be from,
it would be one of the most powerful relics in the entire world. The fact that it is incredibly powerful. This thing is terrifying.
Well, based on what we've learned so far, there are at least 2, and probably at a maximum, 12.
I imagine there's actually 12.
Indeed.
All right, then what are we gonna do with this one then? Do we keep it or do we summon a warrior from another?
There's no
planet?
question that we're keeping it, but maybe... I mean, we don't know. Maybe summoning from another dimension is like a memory stone or something that has a record of what this thing can do. It said corruption, right? Maybe it's not actually... Fallon, you know stuff about that. Like, there are tech sort of formations that combined with magic can hold what is it, data or something?
Something like that, yes. I mean, I've heard of things like this, and I've heard of... It's just kind of unbelievable to me. Wait, do we still have the box?
It won't fit, but we do have it. You have it, in fact.
Yeah.
I believe.
I'm... Just... This is... I don't... Something corrupted it? Halfway through speaking to us, and I'm fairly curious about that.
I feel like it wasn't necessarily the stone, but the memory of it. I'm curious about Worker 5.
Yes, human.
Who is the author of your database?
Yes.
Peering into database. Peering. Unfortunately, human, the only answer I can find is the administrator.
Who is your administrator?
Searching database. Searching. No query answer found.
Perhaps if we check whatever that was in the other room.
You
What-
all... Okay.
Actually,
Fallon.
Worker 5.
Yes,
what
human.
What happened the last time someone used this stone?
Checking database. Searching. Check complete. No known stone usage in warrior summoning box 03.
Worker
Fallon.
5.
Yes.
Yes, human.
Salacia.
How did you come into possession of this item?
Checking database. Confirmed. Worker 5 was not built with this object in hand. Worker 5 was built to protect, retrieve, and inform retrievers of object.
What qualifies a retriever? Is it anyone who comes to retrieve the stone, or are there parameters?
Checking. Confirmed. Worker 5 equipped with magic gauge. Rudimentary magic gauge. Rudimentary magic gauge. Rudimentary magic gauge. Correcting. Issue corrected. Worker 5 equipped with rudimentary magic gauge can check people for good, bad spirit. People with good intent may retrieve stone.
Fallon, maybe you should examine Worker 5.
I agree. Worker 5, I'm going to approach you. This is not in any... No need to switch to any other modes. You're still in support mode. I would just like to see... As you're an automaton, and I'm gonna... This thing is huge, so I'm gonna literally walk up to it and search for... I know when I build, I engrave my works with some sort of signature that is mine, or at least I can tell. I'm looking for a signature on the metal. I'm looking for a specific cog that might tell me, you know, year, make, and model, like all of that kind of thing.
2010 Ford Fusion. No.
2011 Honda CR-V.
Understood. Worker will remain prone.
You all continue what you're doing.
So-
I'm gonna take a look.
As you start examining, you see this thing there's dings, there's erosion on the metal over time, but it's weird. Normally you see metal and it's rusted or it's worn down or whatever. This looks almost more like battle damage. You don't notice rust. You don't notice there was dust on it, but now that it's walked, it's most of that has fallen off. You don't notice signs of age. The metal that this thing is made of is unlike anything you've ever seen. It just seems to be it looks strength-wise like it was built yesterday. You don't find any identifying marks except that you notice near it near its like heart on its chest, there is actually the same multiple jagged line symbol.
Okay. Okay. Was anybody else doing any investigation? Because I'll probably wait till after we all... If there's anything anybody was looking at.
I was going to go see what was going on with that thing in the other room.
So as you walk back to the other room, now that you have the time to notice, you see, as I said, it's square cutout and rectangular with different squares on it that are lit up. And now you can properly pay attention. The base of the whole thing is metal, but these squares themselves are some sort of other material. That's how they can display light and what have you. And you can now see all of these squares, they're sort of offset from the metal, and you get the idea that multiple things can be pressed. But in the center of the whole thing, there is a raised piece of metal with almost like a tube with an opening on the front end and several metal prongs sticking towards one central point. Roll intuition for me, if you would, please.
$14.
You notice, looking at the stone in your hand and then that, it seems like the points come to about the edges of forming a similar shape to the stone, almost like you could put it there, if you so chose.
Do I see any writing that I can read?
There is writing all along this whole thing. This is ancient evolution. You do not have the, if not older, maybe to a society that predates what we're going to refer to as Ivolus. This is a dead language. You got no idea about reading it. One other thing I will say you notice, the round thing I told you before, you notice that it starts on the ground and it rounds its way up and then goes flat. And there's multiple cut-ins to us. The whole thing is circular, and there's multiple line cut-ins to a center circle, about 2 feet in diameter, at the center of the whole thing.
Zeros, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Take a charcoal scratching of this text, all of it you can, that's around here if you can. I can't read it. I don't know if anyone can, but if anyone can, it'll be them at Garland.
Sure. I find writing materials and I make all of the notes that I possibly can.
Alright, I'm gonna do the thing.
Wait,
Wait, what do you mean you can do the thing?
I'm going to summon the warrior. We need answers.
what if
Are we
what if the
sure?
people who sent us here want the warrior?
Whoa.
I doubt that they are. Or are the warriors or want the warrior?
Want the warriors. We were led here. What if they want the warrior and they couldn't access the stone? Somebody knew it was here.
And somebody knew we were
That's not
good
entirely
intentioned enough
certain.
to
Well, that kind of presents a little problem, doesn't it? We've already taken the stone out of its hiding place, and anyone within miles of us probably would be able to pick up on the energy of the stone, even if we didn't use it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we might as well do it because they know the stone is active if we
And
took it out of
so-
its hiding place.
I wager the following. If we summon the warrior and it is a friend, then we gain 2 friends today. If we summon the warrior and it is an enemy, we at least keep it from falling in the hands of them or running wild on the world around us.
Depends.
I guess let's just be prepared. There's a whole lot of exits in this room.
There are.
I'm not on board with this, but we should. I guess we have to.
Fallon. Perhaps we should close the entrance again. Before we do this. We don't know how powerful this warrior is going to be if we have to fight them. Better that they stay in here with us and go to...
Okay.
Worker number 5.
Yes, human. This one is still in prone mode.
Fallon, are you finished with your diagnostics?
Yeah. She's gonna pat the metal on the back of its leg or whatever and just like stand up and walk over. I'm gonna move towards the door or towards the entrance to shut it again.
I was going to say we could have our worker here repair the entrance.
This is true, but do we want to well, I guess there's not really any other way out of here if we do make it. It also has a combat mode, so maybe we could use it for that to help us?
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
Salacia, Zeros, what do you feel about?
I don't like it any more than you do, but I think the others are right. I think we came all this way, and if someone is looking for it, if someone does want whatever this warrior is, odds are they're already on their way.
Personally, I find the whole possibility of summoning a creature from another dimension very interesting.
Again, perhaps it's not a dimension, perhaps it's... There are all sorts of texts that have obscure language usage. It could just be, I don't know, another hologram. It could...
It sounds like to me this whole warrior thing sounds like first come first serve kind of rules. So whoever found the jewel first got to use it.
I believe that is a simplistic but accurate way of looking at it.
Well, I suppose. Either way, I believe the term that they use for this is science is happening. Not that Galapagos would necessarily be the happiest person in the world, the happiest people in the world to hear that.
I think what we're learning through all this is that there may be kernels of truth to what the Galapagosian Church teaches, but there are some things that they have buried. And the more we dig, the more likely it becomes. I'm going to place this down.
I've shut the door.
So, as you place the stone,
Robot voice.
Robot voice.
Love you.
I was simply trying to tell you that Robe Worker 5, who is of course me, returns to the room to his designated position and stands against the wall again. And as you place the stone, it almost feels like it fits like a slot. And you see within the actual metal spears that are pointing and touching to it, you notice now it's almost like they're glass, and there's actually light that starts pouring through them as you put in the stone, that starts feeding through all of the individual cracks in the system, lighting up the board. And the tube itself actually depresses into the board. And then you see it. The circle in front of you. All of the cracks slowly begin to light up. And then the exterior most round of it begins lighting up. And then slowly the cut-ins going inward. Until we get to the center of the whole thing. And the light at the center starts as a whole pillar of light now forms from the bottom of this thing going straight up. Despite the fact that it's not making any direct noise, you can actually hear like a ringing in your ear. Just the light is absolutely blinding to the point where you actually have to try and shield and block your eyes. But as it begins to finally dim down, you see in the center the light itself starts pulling in until it forms a vaguely humanoid shape, and that shape starts taking more definition and shifts from light to actual physical form. You see at the bottom a white pair of boots coming up to light flesh tone legs, then a white bolero jacket of sorts with a red inlay and white chest piece, a sword in a hilt at the side, going up to the head where you just see a whole mess of long, thin, very straight chestnut hair billowing about in it all, and then zoom, goes from this pose down to the ground with hair obscuring. And then, from outside the room, you hear, "There's no way I was beaten here!"
Look at 5. Close the door.
So the larger doors are already closed. There's just the small door you came in through that leads into this room.
Virgil runs to that door and goes to close it if he can.
Okay. As you go to close it, in the cavern out there, you notice a cloaked figure. And because of the light shining in, you see a mask in the shape of a skull.
Shit. I slam the door. I turn around. I lean back against it. That necromancy asshole, he's outside.
Oh, good. Good. This is all so good.
Well, our calculations were correct at least.
We gotta get the stone out of the machine, quickly.
As you say that, the cylinder, all the light begins receding back into it as it pulls up, almost like job done here.
I snatch it and stash it in the folds of my robe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Warrior person.
As you say that,
No,
the
one
warrior
on the...
who was on this platform begins to stand up, and you see the tresses of hair falling out of the way of her face. And you see, as she turns from sideways to face you, you saw one side of her face. You could see her eye and just everything. And as she turns, you see you're only able to make out the one eye.
It's
because
Yes! Oh my...
she's wearing
Yes!
a white guard covering up her right eye.
That's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
good.
I'm fine. Good.
And she stands there looking at you all. Who are all of you?
Well, I'm Virgil Wormtooth. Nice to meet you. Just to give you the quick rundown, we summoned you here from another time and place. There's an evil necromancer outside about to attack this tower. We got a giant metal guy right there, and we could really probably use your help right now.
You see her.
Right, so we are soldiers, as you are from, well, wherever it is that you came from.
I'm a general, to be clear.
Oh.
My name is General Beatrix.
All right, General Beatrix. We need to get out of here.
I'm not fully sure what's going on,
Well,
but
allow me
you
to-
all remind me of some people I know. And if there's one thing I know I'm not ever going to be a fan of, it's necromancy.
Well, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, one such person lies on the other side of this door.
You see her reach down and grab the hilt of her blade, and in one swift motion, my blade is yours.
All right, let's go fuck up a necromancer, guys.
Is that really the wisest decision?
Well, there isn't another one. I don't think there are any other exits in this room.
No, but we do have a giant robot. Do these walls look flimsy?
No. They're, first of all, I can tell you that. You can tell from the outside to the inside. They're a thick sheet of solid stone. But now that you look back over at Worker 5, you notice the light isn't in its eyes anymore, now that the machine has powered down.
Oh no.
General
All right.
Beatrix, for the record, my name is Zeros Astafol, and I am a rune knight for the Kingdom of Evilis. That is where we are at the present moment.
I'm not familiar with this land, but I can tell good people from bad. Well, and you see she gets a bit of a pained expression in his face. She said, I'm starting to trust my gut more about who good and bad people are. And something tells me I can trust you.
All right. I suppose we are going to fight this. The warrior from another dimension, holding a stone of cataclysmic power.
Felds,
It must be Tuesday.
I'm sure it is Wednesday. Also,
Could be, wouldn't have a clue at this point.
take a deep breath. You are a capable, you are a capable wielder of magic, and there's an enemy at the door.
Right. Right. She's gonna clap her hands, and flames are gonna drop from her fingertips to the ground, and Ifrit's going to rise above out of the
Okay.
ground. Let's do this.
We got a whole gang here. And so,
All right.
as y'all walk outside of this room, and you you approach. Hold on one moment. Let me add this in here because it's key. As you walk outside, you see standing in the middle of it all the man himself who you have come to be known as Anatolos. Maybe I was a bit too foolish to let you all live before. How did you even figure any of this out?
So, some of us have brain cells to rub together. Was that good? Was that a good insult?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
You did good. You did good. You did good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm trying very hard, okay? It's not
Yes,
as
good
easy as it
job.
looks.
Very well done. I'm also proud of you. But why don't we skip over the pleasantries and get to the festivities?
Can I just attack him immediately?
So, at this point, you see, before you can react or anything, Anatolos raises a hand in either direction, and behind him and to the side, you see masses of spirits begin to fly up from the ground. Small, very weak, very piddling spirits fly up to the ground to a central point where they begin congealing and massing. And you see they form two distinct green orbs where bodies keep trying to writhe and reach out from the center of the mass. Each one of good, decent size. Let me see. Ah, yes. These should be enough power to handle the likes of you.
You better hope so.
Now, adventurers, if you've got adventuring kit open,
Oh boy.
where is it? Ah, did the name not change? It didn't. I will fix that. If you will all check Adventuring Kit, you should see a new folder has appeared on the left
Yep.
for Gaug, Clockwork City. And if you pull up that map, you will
Let's
see
go.
we are officially in combat. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me. D10 plus your agility, because I never actually finished that sentence. I'm sorry.
That is a 14 for me. Oh, 15 rather.
Does anyone know how to
Initiative.
zoom in on this?
Yep.
If
I'm
you,
gonna tell you, put your pointer at the top left corner before
Yeah.
you zoom in.
it zooms in on the mouse rather than like zooming in on the place. So it's a D10 plus dexterity.
Yes.
Okay, 5.
Okay, D10 plus dexterity minus 2.
Oh,
so that's
7
gonna be a
actually.
6 for me.
That is still a
Also a
D20.
7.
Okay. So Zeros was 6. Salacia was 7.
Feldspar is 14.
I got a 15.
Let me do this.
All right. I think. Oh, one more I gotta do. Because there's a lot going on right now. Jesus. Okay. Perfect. So, before anything else, you see from behind you all this mysterious warrior, Beatrix, throws her blade to the side and charges forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right here in the midst of the group, of the enemy group, I should say. and angles herself to where she sort of has one orb at her side, Anatolos at her other side, and the other orb in front of her, and you see her swing her blade up and hold for a moment. And she shouts, Saiken! Stock break! And strikes out with her blade downwards, and a massive amount of silvered energy over her and all of them swing downward into them all. Jesus. I've got to roll against myself multiple times here. I'll do the 1 for the enemies to make life easy. Yeah, hitting them all, thankfully. But not hitting her, despite the fact that she is very clearly in the midst of it. And you see it comes down and strikes all three of the foes before you. And as it hits the soul orb specifically, you notice that they sort of like start getting chaotic and shaking a bit, and then kind of recenter in on themselves a little bit. Dealing. No. And then doing quick maths. Okay. Now, Virgil, you're up next.
Virgil watches Beatrix do this, and he looks over at Zeros. Okay, I know she's from a different time and dimension, but I think I'm in love. And he runs into the middle of the battle, and he will jump up, and he will do a flying drop kick at one of the soul orbs that's on the left side.
Okay.
Of Anatolos.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack for me.
Okay. That is a 12 to hit.
12. Okay. Which stat is it?
It is my muscle.
Perfect. Okay. Okay. So you said the soul orb on the right?
On the left.
On the left. Got it. And how much damage does that deal?
That deals 87 points of physical damage.
All right. Jesus Christ. All right. So as you do, you strike, and your leg cracks in the middle of this orb. And once again, you see these souls all reaching out, just writhing in pain. And they all kind of are... This time, because you're close enough, you notice these energies are almost like pulling them back in against their will.
Oh. Okay. So this is some heavy-duty necromancy. You really want this stone, don't you, buddy? That's all I'm gonna do for my turn.
All right.
That's all I can do.
Feldspar, you're up.
So, with my support action, I'm going to command Ifrit, go, attack Anatolos. So I'm gonna resolve that first. So Ifrit's going to... What is Ifrit's move? Its move is 6, so... Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why isn't it moving? There it is. So it can get here. And then Ifrit's going to let out a wailing roar, and orbs of flame are going to gather around his clawed fists, and another one, a larger one, is going to gather at the mouth as he does Hellfire.
Yeah, if I do this real quick. Hey! There we go. That's what I needed. Okay, cool. Makes it easy, so I don't have to bug you. Okay, you're using Hellfire, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead and give me a, what's that, an agility roll.
Mm-hmm. That is 17.
Okay, is that...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Agility attack or agility base?
Just base agility plus your roll.
Okay, 17.
All right. That hits, dealing, is that 59 minus defense?
59
Okay.
defense, minus 59 minus defense
Right.
damage.
So, 59, so that's 2. All right, perfect. So you see Ifrit charges up, and the flames strike Anatolo, so you see you can't see under the mask, but his body seems to indicate almost pissed at, like, the fact that you would dare strike him.
And if you think that that's enough, so she's going to move forward for, I think, the first time in the game that I've actually moved in combat. Because I can't do this until I'm closer. So my move is 4, so I can move 1.
Remember, you can move diagonal.
Oh, right, okay, so 1, 2, okay, there we go. So here, and she is going to close her eyes and raise her fingertips up, and a droplet of white energy is going to catch on her fingertips, and then she's going to point at Anatolos and just whisper, "Holy."
All right, go ahead. That's spirit attack, correct?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll me spirit.
Ooh, let me see. Spirit.
Or aura, I should say.
Aura.
Aura plus your
Aura plus.
D10.
Okay, so that is 12.
All right. That hits. How much damage are we looking at?
67 plus 6 minus
Resistance.
aura. Resistance, yeah.
73, so 53, so... All right. So you see this holy form of energy strike at Anatolos. And you see his arms kind of extend a little bit. As I said, not a problem. And you see him extend out arms in either direction and throw them to the side. And do your work! And as he does that, each of the orbs begins. And you see a bit of green essence come up from either one of them. And they tumble into Anatolos, who you see the green essence start wrapping around him. And some of the singes in his clothing start repairing. As you can see what is very demonstrably healing magic is pouring into him from these two things. Alright. Then Anatolos himself. It's time to teach you all a lesson. And see. And unfortunately, because of how you are all formed, this is gonna hit right in the center of all of you.
Great.
Everybody needs to
Love
go
it.
ahead and roll roll intuition for me.
Oh, good.
Intuition plus D10, I should say.
That is 16 for me.
That's a 14 for me.
Ifrit also needs a roll, Sephi.
Oh, right. Okay. Hello, Ifrit.
That is 17.
Ooh, that's a 5. A strong 5 from Ifrit.
Fallon and Zeros.
Zeros, you are muted.
So is Fallon.
What kind of attack is
Oh,
this?
10.
Mind. Or intuition, I should
Okay.
say. You said 10?
10.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. How much valor do we have right now?
None. Oh, well, okay. 1.
Oh, we started a new scene.
1, you went into combat and everything reset, but you have 1 to start with.
Okay.
Also, I
so
should have
that-
stated, Feldspar, you get 2 points of valor. Virgil, you get 1 point of valor for everything thus far.
Okay, so that intuition is a 9.
Okay. Zeros, Fallon, and Ifrit. So you see Anatolos bring his hand up, and a black energy forms at the center of his hand in an orb. Painga. And you see the orb shoot up above you all and then streak down into the center into an epicenter-like explosion. Salacia, Feldspar, Virgil, you're all able to, through whatever means of pulling yourself correctly, you can kind of shield it to where the most of the hit misses you. Zeros, Fallon, and Ifrit all take 78 damage minus resistance.
Beg pardon?
Yeah, that's his hit a huge area spell.
Did you say 70 what?
78, but minus
Minus
resistance.
Defense or resistance.
Okay.
Jeez. Where are you at?
Well, Feldspar's
Feldspar's
fine.
fun.
Ifrit,
Okay.
Ifrit's in crit mode.
Ifrit's not feeling too great right now.
Oh god. That's 64 damage to Ifrit. Ifrit has 16 hit points left.
And Salacia, you have the opportunity to seek some vengeance after that glancing you gave that blow.
As a matter of fact, I think I will do that. I am going to move about 15 feet over for her attack action, having just deflected the greater part of that blow. Salacia is going to carry that movement and bring her hands together, and you can see a ball of piercing white light start to generate in her hand, and as it coalesces, it gets wider and wider, and she's just going to kind of overhand pitch it at the soul orb on the left, and I'm going to use my white dwarf attack.
Okay. That's a mind attack, correct?
Yes.
And you said soul orb on the left, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Or intuition, I should say.
That is a 14.
All right, you hit. How much damage does that do?
43 damage.
Is that one the one that was piercing? Or no?
No, that's my light attack.
Right. Okay. So 43 is that, okay.
And then for her support action, Salacia is going to draw her hands back together into a prayer pose and close her eyes. And I would like to attempt my Dark Awakening.
You know the drill. Roll me resolve.
Come through, Mira Jane.
That
D10
is-
plus resolve.
Ooh, that I don't think is going to do it. That is a 9.
You're actually good. So you see you can describe it as you like, but you do successfully activate it without being overtaken.
As an absolute negative to the light that is across from her, Salacia seems to draw all of the darkness to her. And you see the wings emerge from her back and the gauntlets come out on her hands and her eyes turn yellow as her pupils turn to slits. And she is going to smile and wink at Anatolos and hold her ground.
All right. Go ahead and take a point of valor for that. And next up is Zeros.
Okay. Oh, Zeros, you say. He's here. So line attacks can also go in diagonals, right?
Yes.
Fantastic. I'm going to start here. And we're going to do a little line attack here.
I'm assuming going straight up. Oh, wait. Oh, at Anatolos?
At
Okay.
Anatolos. Headed straight up. Well, actually, here, let me ask this question. I think counterattacks are support act, like preparing a counterattack is a support action, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, thing we're gonna do, I am going to use the Twilight Sword. What roll do I need to make you for that?
It's a mind attack, right?
This one? What? No, it's a spirit attack.
Okay, so you roll aura.
Okay. Oh, all right. That is a 17.
Yeah, you hit. So what are we looking at for
right.
damage here?
Hold on. 50 damage. Oh wait, yeah, it's 50 damage total.
50 minus resistance. So, all right. Was Twilight Sword with the no? It's your whirlwind move that does reposition, right?
Correct.
But this one does knock prone.
Let me go.
I
look real quick.
feel like this was that one. But you
Yes,
can
it does.
Okay. I'm remembering people's abilities. So you all see the Twilight Sword. The attacks fly through the air, boom, 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 boom. Tolos takes several hits, and he drops to the ground, trying to... Clearly shaken by the move, and he is sitting here just trying to get up.
And then for my support action, I am going to use counterattack. I think you have to use an attack action for that. Or
What do
you
you-
can use anything?
Are you saying, can you use your support action to prep counterattack?
Correct.
I believe so.
Yeah, like does that have to be damaging techniques or can that be anything?
Oh no, you can no. You can prep non-damage. If you want to prep your dome or a wall, for instance, you can.
Okay, we're gonna prep a wall.
Gravy. And I'm assuming that's gonna end your turn?
It is.
Okay. And then Fallon, if you want to end off our turn for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that I'm going to. I think that I'm going to use an attack to. Sorry, I'm just getting to it. Use an attack to try and throw my wrench, my gigantic wrench. I have an attack action that selects 2 different targets and bestows the immobilized status. So I'm
Okay.
gonna try to do that.
Hit. All right. Which stat are we taking here? This muscle?
This is muscle.
Alrighty. Go ahead and give me a muscle roll, if you would, please. And who are you targeting with it?
10 and Anatolos and
Orb on the orb on the right is 1. Orb on the left is 2. Or for our audience at home,
more
what you're
heart?
seeing is bottom and top. But
I think probably Soul Orb 1. I'll go for Soul Orb 1.
okay.
I did roll a 10.
10?
Wait. Muscle plus 6 plus 7. Yeah. 10 to hit.
Okay. So, so you're throwing a wrench at each of them?
Yes.
Okay. Or
It's a wrench and it bounces off of each. It just pings
I
off of
love
one,
it.
pings off the other.
unbelievable. Okay. So, you take your giant wrench, swing, throw it. You see it goes to bounce off of Anatolos, but you see just in time, he does dodge. And as it clangs on the ground, you've practiced with this thing so many times, you already had figured out every angle to make sure you were good no matter what. So it bounces back in your head, and you throw it at the the soul orb to your right. And how much damage does it deal?
54 physical damage, and it bestows the immobilized status on it.
Right.
Not that that helps for an orb, but still.
Okay. So as you hit it, you see this orb. And it just keeps writhing. You can tell these spirits, they're writhing in pain, but you all get the sense that they don't want to be here. And with that, you all gain another point of valor as we go back to the top of the round, and Beatrix takes her turn, and you see Beatrix run over right next to the soul orb next to her, grab her blade, once again, giving it a quick spin, and pulling back to go, Saiken. And you see her take her blade and strike downward. Let me roll this attack before I describe everything. Okay. Versus... Whew. So, it does successfully hit. Alright. You see her take her blade. Saiken. Strikes the ground underneath. And then suddenly jumps into the air with a bit of a backflip. Clem Hazard! And she slices clear through the soul orb, and you see the energies chaotically writhing. And the whole orb just powerfully breaks from the center and completely disintegrates, fading into the air as the soul orb to the right has been completely destroyed.
That's our Beatrix, breaker of ovaries.
The baddest in the game.
And with that, Virgil, it's your turn.
Okay, so Virgil's gonna move right here, next to Anatolos, kind of like adjacent from Beatrix. And like,
I can see where this is going.
he like pulls out the spear from his behind him. He's like, okay, let's do this. And he goes to twirl it in his right hand.
Virgil, give me a resolve roll.
I critted.
Unbelievable. So all of you see Virgil pull out this spear and go to spin it. And as he does, unlike before where it just stayed in a small collapsed form, you see as he spins it with a shing, it expands out into a 6-foot-long spear with a cobalt steel lining and a long, jagged edge point blade at the end before gripping it and moving on. Virgil,
Oh.
Your main stat for attacks is muscle, correct?
Yeah.
You can go ahead and give yourself a permanent +2 to your muscle.
Ooh. Okay. So that's
That's like gaining another 2 inches in important places.
for real.
I said that, not Feldspar.
Uh-huh.
Just to be
job,
quite
Feldspar.
clear.
You can also increase your strength attack by 6.
A 6? Oh boy. Okay.
And thus,
All right.
whatever calculations you had before, I'm gonna need to ask you to do math. You're gonna have to add 6 to them.
I am doing that math right now.
But go ahead and go with your attack.
Okay, so the lance extends and he looks back. He has this look of shock that he did it. He's like, I did it. Okay, stay cool, stay cool, Virgil. And he looks back at Beatrix and goes, so, you think love can blossom on the battlefield? And he twirls the lance and I do bum rush with the lance. And
First
what
of all,
it
take a
looks
point
like-
of valor. Before we get, I just need to make that clear. Go ahead and continue.
And that is a 14 to hit.
Okay, and that's muscle, correct?
Yeah.
All right. I am going to tell you that succeeds.
Okay. So you see him, he takes the lance, he twirls it above his head, and he points it right at Anatolos. And he takes the lance and he tips it down into the ground and pole vaults up and slams his heel into Anatolos' shoulder, flips backwards, twirls the lance, and then just goes into this long melee of attacks, swinging the lance back and forth, slashing away at Anatolos. And then in the middle of it, he then stops, takes the lance, slams it into the ground, and it makes a loud, audible thud as the lance just sticks a good 1 foot into the ground, creating a crack, and he just follows up by punching away at Anatolos. And this is the first time you see him action, especially with his right hand. And you see him do one last punch that plants Anatolos right in the chest, and it just, you see a shockwave ring out from Anatolos' body when the fist makes impact.
It's good you went through all this extra effort. Because you said you got a 16, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anatolos would have rolled a 7, but he's prone, which gives him a -1 to his defense rolls, which means you cleared it by exactly 10, which makes this a critical hit. Whatever
So
damage
that-
number you were gonna give me, you now have to re-add your strength attack on top of it.
Okay, so that's 84 plus another 11. So that's 95 points of damage.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why stat shit out? That's my question. Y'all are just gonna murder it immediately anyways.
This is why I usually have different versions of a boss encounter depending how the PCs are doing.
The key.
I see Lexi gets me. Lexi.
Oh no, I do that same exact
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta make that
So
shit
you see
evolve.
Anatolos. Now it's getting fun.
Don't like that.
Feldspar.
And I would like to use.
Oh no!
I actually still have my support.
you do still have your support. You do.
Yeah, I would like to use size up for my support. So I need to I have to make an intuition roll against a target, and it can be defended. Mm-hmm. With either intuition or resolve, if successful, I learn the current target's health and ST. So that is that is an 8.
All right. You do not succeed at sizing him up. You try. This dude ain't. Maybe it's the mask. Maybe it's the fact that he's kind of laughing a bit sadistically as he just took a hit. You can't really
More
get
like
a read on him.
masochistically.
That's all I got.
Feldspar, your turn.
All right. You know what I'm gonna do. Ifrit's gonna Hellfire again.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll.
Not even roll? No, it didn't. That is a 20.
All right.
Tell me I succeed
Yeah,
by
that's
10.
pretty much a
I would like to
perfect
succeed
roll.
by 10.
Yeah, no, yeah, you fucking did. So that's 59 minus defense, but you add back in that, so 19, so 69, 78 minus defense, so 58, so that's 19. Okay, and so you see once again the Hellfire rips through Anatol's. More of his robes begin singeing and burning to the side.
You know what? Wherever there's fire, there's light.
And I'm gonna cast Holy again.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a roll. That is, once again, that's aura, right?
Yes. And that is also high. That is... I can math. 17.
Okay. That one's a success, but it is not a crit.
Okay, so 67 plus my energy attacker. I'm also going to spend 3 Valor to increase my spirit and mind attack by using Blazing Might.
Okay.
Burn.
Which
3 of those.
increases it by 8 for the rest of the scenario, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
you would have been at 73 plus 8 is 81.
Mm-hmm.
All right. What's that? 61. Okay. So, these orbs of holy light form up, swirl around, strike Anatol's, and as they hit him, he actually slides back a bit. And then you start seeing in the 2 cavities of the eyes of the skeleton mask, you see 2 faint purple flames appear as he grips into the ground. I'm not playing anymore. And so you see Anatolos reach out his hand. Give me it! And once again you see green energy lifting up from the orb and begin swirling around and healing him.
maybe I should have killed the orb. Potentially.
Oof, yeah. Heals him, but the healing, you notice the energy emanating off of him does not let up, even with the healing going on. And you see he sticks out a hand, lifts it up, and then all of a sudden, almost like empowered by energy, you see him start and like he forms a trail behind him as he slides over here and just brings his hand down. Ha! And he forms in his hand, coming forward from his hand. It's not the same blade of fell energy that Gafgarian formed, but it is very clearly a beam of dark energy, almost in the form of a blade that he slices down forward. I'm going to need mind rolls from Ifrit, Feldspar, and Zeros.
Okay.
No, that's an attack, right? That's an
Oh,
attack, right?
whoops.
It is.
Barriers.
So here's the thing. You can't set the barrier where anyone else is But
it's in
there
a straight
is,
line, right?
it's a straight line forward. There is an opening between you and Feldspar.
Feldspar.
So you couldn't stop the attack from hitting Ifrit or Feldspar, but you could barrier yourself.
Ifrit's gonna die.
Which
And
unfortunately
so might
I'm going to have to do.
What did you say this was again?
This is a mind roll. Intuition, I should say. D10 plus intuition.
So that is a 10 for me.
And Ifrit rolled a 1.
All right. So, Sin, you're going to do it, correct?
I am.
Okay. So the attack comes down. Give me a roll for the wall itself, if you would, please.
Okay. Oh, it's in here. That's a 9. For
Okay.
the wall.
So as the blade comes down, it strikes almost as if it's in a multi-hitting line, but it clashes against this wall, and you see the energy, and then dissipates with the wall. Both Feldspar and Ifrit take 78 minus resistance damage. So in Ifrit's case, we already know as the black energy hits it, Ifrit gives out one last and fades into etheric energy. You're muted, Sephi.
78 minus resistance?
Minus resistance.
Oh! Okay, that's not actually that bad. I take 40 points of damage.
Okay. And then Anatolos, almost like specifically challenging now, takes a hand like so, and you see now a green energy forming around it. And he puts his hand like so. Zeros, give me another intuition roll.
Intuition. Wait, for a defense?
Yes. Unless you want to roll something else.
Okay.
Like you remember you're always able to do the other types of defenses. They just all have their own drawback for not being the correct defense.
Okay. So. Okay. I am going to use resolute defense.
Okay.
That is going to be a 10 on resolve.
10 combined?
My
Okay.
resolve was an 8 and this roll was a 2.
Okay. So that still hits. So you see his hand forming, and the green energy convulses into one point, and he looks and says, Biora! And the green orb shoots out like a dart and strikes you right in your chest, and you feel it hit you straight on and emanate through you. You take 56 damage. It's piercing damage, so you don't subtract anything. You just take 56 damage. And also, you feel yourself just get about a half step slower compared to what you thought before. For the next 3 turns, your defense rolls are -1.
Okay.
And Salacia. Go on.
I am going to stay where I am, and instead of firing upon the orb, Salacia is going to sort of poke a pinprick hole in the darkness that surrounds her, and is going to release that blast of light again with her white dwarf attack. That is a... Where did my die go? That is a 13.
13. Which stat is this again?
This is for
Spirit, right? Or aura, I should say.
Sorry, it's spirit, so that's
Okay,
actually
so-
going to be a 19.
Okay. And you're attacking Anatolos again, I'm assuming?
Yes.
All right. What is your spirit attack? Just out of curiosity. Up at the top, middle box.
8. Oh,
Spirit attack, the middlemost box. The bigger
28.
number. Okay. Yeah, whatever damage you were about to tell me, I needed 28 first, because you just critically hit.
okay, so that is...
That's a good stat for him. I just rolled a 1.
73 damage.
That's counting the extra 28?
Yes.
Okay. So, you see this white dwarf launches forward, and Anatolos, as it strikes him directly in the back, and he's clearly thrown off slightly by it. All right. You can see he's... You can't necessarily hear it, but you can see his shoulders are weaving a little. He is putting his effort into breathing here. Zeros, you're up next. You're muted.
Hold on. Ifrit's not here, right?
Gone. Let me delete that.
Ifrit went back to the astral plane.
Okay. Then I am going to take this time to put myself right between Feldspar and Anatolos. Okay. I am going to use Whirlwind attack.
Okay.
That one is mine. So I need to roll you. What do I need to roll you on that?
What is it?
Intuition?
Yes.
Okay, that's a 12.
Okay. Just barely, but it hits.
Okay, that is 54 damage.
Okay. Okay. And also, that's the repositioning one, correct?
Yep, I am going to. It moves him 3 spaces in any direction. So.
Just to be clear, that set of black boxes there, that's essentially that pillar. So you could slam
I
him.
can't move over there. Oh, if I can slam him into the pillar and do additional damage, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, if you slam him into the side of the pillar, essentially, moving in sideways, what have you, you deal an extra damage increment. So basically, an extra 9 damage.
Okay, go for it.
Alrighty. So, with that, you see Anatolos, the whirlwind appears, Anatolos gets caught, and hurled to the side and slammed into the wall, where his body, despite not looking very large, something about the energy powering it is clearly very potent, because it actually indents into the wall larger than him. Up next is Fallon.
Muted.
Yeah, so I think Fallon is going to, she sees that Zeros just slammed Anatolos into the wall, correct?
Yep.
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my hand gun out, and I'm gonna use like this hand cannon, and I'm specifically going to use it. It's not Okay, I need to be sure this is the correct action, but I have to roll intuition, and I'm doing energy damage specifically. But yeah, I think I'm going to take my hand cannon out, and I'm going to use a specific bullet in it that when it fires out, it's just going to try to take him out.
Okay.
In an effort to like control his actions.
All right.
Come on. Intuition. 9 plus 7 is 16. Oh wait, no, that's a 6. Never mind. 6 plus 7 is 13.
You said 13?
13.
All right. That misses.
Oh my god. Okay. What can I do? Jeez. Okay, so he's close to me-ish. I'm gonna move closer to him, and I'm going to use my free action dirty trick, to make him surprised. And I will
Right.
go ahead and lose 2 valor.
So he is shaken from that point.
Yeah.
Just so everyone knows, DK has another stream to be a part of, and this ran a bit longer than planned. So they're going to pop out. So you can expect the screens are going to get a little sugar for a moment. It's fine. We're going to work around it. We're good. But thank you, DK.
Bye.
Hi, folks. Sorry, I'll see you soon.
Okay. So yeah, I'll go ahead and fix this. Ah! Okay. Actually, it's not as bad as I thought. This is only going to take a moment to fix, really. It's okay. It's cool. It's fine. It's good. Everything's great. It's stupendous. Okay. So, while that's going on, what I will say is, Fallon, your shot does not make the mark, but you did, as you were intending, you did manage to successfully shake him. So that did kick in. And nope. I was like, I got everything adjusted properly, and then I realized I didn't actually finish adjusting everything. There we go. Now we're good. All right. So, end of the round, everyone gets another point of valor here. And we're back to the top of our initiative. So, Beatrix is up next once again. And you see Beatrix turn, facing the other soul orb. Take her blade, hold it high, turn it, and a crackle of lightning comes down from above into the blade. As she says, "Behold, Thunder Slash!" and strikes. This thing's so she got 10. Yep, okay. And that hits, dealing a flat enough to fucking kill what's left of that soul orb as it evaporates again. And you see it's each of the souls fleeing rapidly to get out of the area, almost as if to preserve themselves. And that means, Virgil, you're next.
Okay, I'm going to, since I'm right next to Anatolos. Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna move over to Anatolos. There. Going up behind him, and I'm going to go to grab him from behind and do a suplex on this guy.
Okay.
I'm rolling muscle. That is 16.
16 muscle? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no. You got him there.
Okay.
Good. It's a hit, but it's just a hit.
Okay, so, like, I pretty much pick him up and I lift him up high above my head and I fall backwards, slamming him into the ground, dealing 95 points of physical damage. And he is now knocked prone.
All right. So you see the slam, and as you do, Anatolos' body rolls over, and he lifts up a little bit, pulling himself up by his arms. I cannot fall.
Actually, I just knocked you down, so you did fall.
Feldspar, you're up.
Twice.
You know what? I am going to stick to what I know. Holy!
Hit me with your best shot.
Fire away!
It's true.
I didn't hit you with my best shot.
Oh, no.
That is a 9.
Yeah, well, once again, I rolled a 1.
Oh!
So
did I,
And
but
that's
it's doing
minus
fine.
1 because he's knocked down.
Right. Well, he may or may not have an ability that gives him +1 defense when he's in critical HP, so that negates. That's the point.
No, at 67 holy damage.
All right. So,
She's just like a white mage pummeling this fucker with energy.
as you strike him, the white orb of energy blows through the air and hits his body and knocks him to the side, and then you see him stand to get up. I am death incarnate. I am the Reaper. You cannot. You
I think you're
cannot.
about to actually meet the real Reaper.
And you see the orbs of flame in his eyes begin sputtering. And all of a sudden, you see wisps of energy leaving his body as he falls to one knee. He falls to another knee. And he falls to the ground. No longer your foe in this moment.
I hit it with another blast of holy energy.
Like,
Foe
If-
means
if it's-
nothing.
if it's anyone's turn in this, if there's still an initiative order and there's a turn to take, the way
I
that
mean,
I'm about
technically,
to drop,
his initiative was next, but he ain't
slow.
using it right
Too
now.
slow.
And with that, you see his body fall. And suddenly you see the body starts to crumple downward. And the clothes start to press into the ground as the body, as these purple wisps of energy form, they start to lay flat, as if no body is left there under the clothing. Just a robe, some gloves extended out from under them. The way the robe fell, you can see the edge of the skull mask. And the body is no longer in front of you.
I go and pick up the skull mask from the robe.
Okay. Roll me an aura roll.
I knew this was gonna be a bad idea. That's pretty mid. That is a 13.
You can tell by holding this, like, you can feel the energies that were leaving from there. and you feel them receding, but they're not fully gone yet. They are receding, but they're not fully gone yet. But you don't feel anything in the mask itself. The mask, though, as you turn it in your hand, you notice it's weirdly devoid of any energy signature. It's odd because you just felt how much raw magic this dude had inside him a moment ago. Like, he was blasting y'all with powerful magic. There'd be some sort of trace on here, but it's inert. You might as well be holding a rock.
What just happened?
We just beat up a necromancer. I thought that's what we did, right?
I think we did, but I don't know. Was that the real Anatolos?
I thought it was. I mean, we were hitting him, right?
Felt pretty real. I mean, you don't think it wasn't him and he was just trapping us or testing us again?
I wonder if whatever gave him his power took him back.
Here's hoping it did.
Can I roll intuition to see what's going on?
I would like to.
Oh, it's actually let's see.
If I can,
I
would
use
like
favorable
to make a knowledge
insight.
roll.
Yeah,
I was
favorable
about to
insight
say,
for me.
I'm guessing both of you are trying to do the same thing here.
Yeah.
The dice said I get to know things today.
Hit me.
You said intuition, right?
Yes.
That is a whole 10 on the die. So that's a 17.
What'd you
13
get?
for me.
Okay. Both of you can gather that you're not sure. When what I mean by that is, you both know magic well enough. You know there are all types of magics. It would be very weird if that wasn't really him. Like, the amount of power you would need to have to displace your body and make, say, a magical clone of something or that variety that would still have this kind of power from a distance, you would literally be talking about, like, the single greatest magic user maybe to ever live. So that doesn't add up. Zeros, you remember in some of your fleeting trainings growing up, you learned offense and defense. And much like how you put up that wall during the battle to save yourself, sometimes you need to make a calculated decision based on pure raw logic. And one technique you would have known about, even if you have not yourself yet learned or mastered it, is the ability to dissipate yourself into magic. Essentially, the greater phenomenon is quite simply time magic. Being able to displace yourself in space and time and teleport. And it can take different forms, but the only thing you can think of at this moment as to how a body was here and is not is either
kind of
you're
teleportation.
dealing with the greatest threat to ever live, or dude teleported out of here.
Well, for better or for worse, if we have any questions, we may have a time in the future to ask him.
What do you mean?
There's nothing. There's no evidence of him being here. The only means that I could imagine for someone to displace themselves so completely is some sort of teleportation magic, similar to something Lance would have used to go back to Limberry, for instance.
So
was-
he ran away.
The strangest teleportation magic, if so, that I've ever seen.
From what I remember, there are different forms that it takes.
Indeed, but... that he had enough power in reserve after we were pelting him so hard.
Perhaps someone might be able to get, if not the magical essence of them, perhaps fingerprints or something like that from him having worn these.
At the very least, we should take these garments with us. Or am I alone in that thinking?
No, you're right. I mean, we could use it to track him down.
Perhaps. But we still don't know what he looks like underneath that.
Well, if he's truly put his hands in these gloves or this cape around his neck, then I imagine we will find out in short order.
The other thing, presumably if he teleported, most of that allows you to keep your clothing. And more than that, there's no magic on these. None, not a single ounce or remnant. Unless he didn't cast a spell himself.
So you think he's working with someone?
Either that or this is a singular act of desperation and hoping he has fooled us into believing he's dead.
I'm more inclined to think that he would have had something more convincing otherwise. And I don't think, thinking on it, the things that he's done, I don't think he's working alone.
Well, if not, then we should be thankful. Otherwise, he might be the most powerful and possibly the most dangerous person ever to live.
No. If he had gotten that stone, though. Fallon.
Yeah.
We should take some time and try to understand this place.
I agree. This magic stuff is kind of
Speaking of which, Beatrix?
Beatrix?
And with that, you see General Beatrix turn and look at you and say, I think we've also got some questions here, don't we? And with that, we're going to end tonight's episode of A Tale of Two Lions.
Stinky bad DM. Stinky, don't like it.
Before they get to talk to the really, really cool NPC they really want to talk to.
I was hoping as soon as you said like wispy blonde hair and like white garments, I was like, there's like it's either Celeste or it's Beatrix.
I thought it was going to be Cecil because when you didn't say blonde, I thought, oh, it's going to be Cecil, I bet. I thought it was going to be Cecil for a second.
I would have, that would have fit because that's actually Anora's favorite Final Fantasy.
I heard the word tresses and I was just like, nope, this better be Beatrix. It better be Beatrix.
I was like,
so that's why
Beatrix
I was like, I'm not
Celeste.
revealing the eye patch until the very end because otherwise it could just be any whatever. But as soon as I said you only can see one eye, boom. Okay. Let's close this out properly. I want to first of all thank our wonderful, wonderful sponsors. First of all, Valorous Games for giving the Valor system, which gave us this really fun combat y'all got to witness tonight, folks. If you hit exclamation point Valor in chat, you'll see a link to the Valorous Games website, as well as the Valorous Games Twitter profile, and to the Kickstarter for the reprint of the Valor RPG book, which you can support. They have reached their goal, but definitely keep continuing to support because if they hit their 10K stretch goal, they will put out an entire additional book of monsters and the like that can really be helpful in this whole process. Definitely worth supporting, definitely worth helping them. We also want to give an exclamation point adventure in chat if you have the chance, and give a shout out to Adventuring Kit, our virtual tabletop that helped make this combat relatively seamless, I'd say. That went pretty smooth as far as I'm concerned. It's fast, it's quick, it's efficient, it's system agnostic. It does what you need it to do very quickly, very easily, and great for communicating with other people. Go to
Like a
adventuring.
good boyfriend, Adventuring Kit is there.
Go to adventuring-kit.com. Like I said, you can hit adventure in chat, and there will be a link there. You can set yourself up with a free account, up to 5 players per campaign, plenty of bells and whistles and things you can do. But if you decide you want the whole kit and caboodle, you can go ahead and sign up for a premium account and use code GameDaddy in all caps and get 25% off of your premium membership on a monthly basis. In addition, look to my Twitter account this week. I know I said I'd do it last week, but it worked out. I'm going to do it this week, and we're going to make it a big giveaway. Look at my Twitter account this week, because I will be doing a giveaway for 4 1-month free codes for Adventuring Kit that I'll be giving away publicly. So keep an eye out for that.
4-month-long boyfriends.
Also known as a fall from Grace.
Also known as cuffing season.
Just one away from 5 guys. It's okay.
Ba-dum-bum. Wally, go
Probably
ahead.
doing better than the Try Guys, though.
Oh, wow.
One less.
Too
One
soon?
less.
Too soon?
No.
Too soon?
No.
Never
Let me just fade away into the twilight.
You know, we just lost focus there. That's just.
First of all, for all those who have been hurt, we see you. We hear you. Okay. Wally.
We're listening and learning.
We're listening and we're trying. Wally, go ahead and tell the people who you are and where they can find you.
What's up, y'all? It's me, Wally, your favorite non-binary slime best friend on the internet. You can find me on Twitter at WALLE132, like the cute little Disney robot, pretty much talking about all the shows that I'm in, the stuff that I do, and the things you can see me on in the future. Where can you see me? You can see me every Thursday and Friday over at GGK Game Nights, because normally I'm playing every Thursday, playing some Monster of the Week, but also starting this week, every Friday, we're playing some Dragon Age TTRPG. I'm playing for the first time ever. I'm playing the Dragon Age TTRPG, and I'm very excited about it.
I'm so jelly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to play this game. It's gonna be great. Come check us out. And of course, you can see me someplace else that I'm certain Lexi wants to talk about, where the other place you can see me, let them talk about that. But yeah, that's where you can find me. So come check me out, give me a follow, and let's take this fun ride together.
Come what may, Anoriand.
What?
Rose of May, come what may. I hate you.
Here's the
just now
thing.
noticed the
If
tail. I
y'all
just
pay
noticed.
attention to the episode titles, I give away something about what lies in your path ahead every episode. But you gotta figure out what it is. So I set that, come what may, going, someone's gonna get to the end of this episode and make the connection, and they're gonna be so pissed at me. Good.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I
Lexi, where can the
interrupted.
people find you?
Oh my gosh, yes. My name's Lexi, the other's name is Black Girl Mage. You can find me on Twitter at the same exact name, and also Twitch, where normally I stream D&D prep and tabletop RPG prep, and, you know, we do the whole productivity streams where people can pull up with whatever they're working on and distract me. It's fun. But more recently, I've been the Dungeon Master for the All-Black HBCU-inspired Strixhaven game called Strixio. It is featuring Virgil Wally. 132.
They're not the same?
I can't tell anymore. I was expecting.
You've just gotten so ripped.
I did. That's
I
what
mean,
it is.
honestly, you can't tell the difference at 9 a.m.
Yeah, I can't.
It's true. It's true. So yeah, we are both in it. I'm the Dungeon Master. Yeah, we don't have an episode coming this week, but keep your eyes out for next week. And on the Twitter. That's essentially where you can keep track of me.
Absolutely. And y'all should do that. Sin, where are you?
Hi,
What are
it's
you
me.
doing?
I'm taking notes. I have to make sure that I have these notes for next week because we have some follow-up to do.
We do.
But also, hi, my name is Sinziak. I do things like playing games, playing tabletop games. So you can find me here. You can find me playing Ampistrano with D&D Jordan Lee on Saturdays. And you can find me streaming video games of varying varieties on Tuesdays. You can also find me on the internet as Sinziak Beta, where I talk about games and nerdery and about faceless people. Other than that, you can find me here with these lovely people, being Zeros. who is actually unbothered most of the time.
And Sephi, go ahead and close it out for us.
Hi, I'm Persephone, aka Persephorath. Do not perceive me. I have gout.
Sorry about, the
Best
gout.
joke comes in threes, ladies and gentlemen. Comes in threes.
I couldn't let it go.
That's
I
a
don't
good
know
callback.
why I thought this could be
I
a
wish I could have
smooth
said it with a
exit.
straight face. Anyway, you can find me at Persephorath on Twitter and Twitch. I stream a lot of different games, currently going through Elden Ring. It's chaos. I talk too much on the internet. Please perceive me. I am desperate for attention. And for a payment of $4.99 a month, you can help support me in my mission video. Oh my god.
For 16 cents.
I can't keep a
16
straight
little
face.
For as little as 16 pennies a month.
You too can help someone living with gout.
I have gout. So
All
much
right.
gout.
I have no clue where to go from here, so we're just gonna raid out, and we're gonna raid
Oh,
out.
Anoriand,
You're gonna outproduce
he's
yourself?
great.
Outproduce
Yes,
yourself.
Should really?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, wait. What'd you say?
Outroduce yourself.
Oh, me! Oh, Jesus! I completely forgot because the gout. Hi, I'm Anoriand.
It'll have that effect.
Yeah, it will. I'm your local storyteller. In case you're watching this on YouTube or anything and you're not actively in chat, I stream on Twitch all the time and do all types of fun stuff. We have some cool things underway coming soon. I may or may not be having a review video coming out on exactly the 12th for a thing I can't talk about until it comes out on the 12th. But I got it early, so that's fun. So just keep that in mind. And other than that, it's
stop.
it's Spoopy Games Month, and it looks like, based on thoughts and opinions, we might be looking at the Alone in the Dark games this month, including
you
the
gonna
really bad one.
Are you gonna do your club-only run of Parasite Eve again?
I might at this point. I don't know. I think I have to restart
It's
that whole thing
possible,
after
too.
screwing it up. No, Wally, I know it's possible because I did it twice. I did it once, and then I did it again with the expectation that, like, hey, I lost my file, but I'm gonna do it again, and this time we're gonna get to the New Game Plus so we can do the Chrysler Building. And I screwed up and didn't actually bring my club or my armor properly over. So, yeah, I spent the whole game building up for that purpose and then didn't correctly do it. So, yeah, at some point I gotta get there. We'll see. I don't know. Anyways, listen, I pretend to be a good streamer just long enough to confuse people. But especially since they are not here to outro themselves, I'm going to say, let's give it all up for DK, our wonderful Salacia, who is an excellent player, excellent person, and we are going to go and surprise them because they're running the premiere of another game they run, Divine Intervention, and that you may see me on a couple of times this season, by the way. I was actually on last season as a big scary guy. So, shockingly.
Suspension of belief is a thing.
Here's the great part about it. The part of why I was scary is I was a white corporate CEO type. And
That
I
is
was supposed to
absolutely
be
correct. You might as
very
well just
Patrick
split it up.
Wilson, generic white man.
Gotta get in the pocket sometimes,
And that's what made it scary. It was very real. So, we're going to head on over to their channel, Exquisite Corpse Presents, and support them with all this love. We will be back next Monday with another episode. This episode will be live on YouTube on Thursday. You will be able to catch me also on Thursday evening, doing something here, and catch all these lovely folks whenever they're live and doing things. Support everyone. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all so very much.
Y'all
Good
better
night.
show up next week, because next week's my birthday, and I'll hate you if you don't show up.
Show up
Peace
for
out,
Virgil's
bitches.
birthday. Bye.
If it's a switch.